Hopefully you guys having a great time. Another beautiful day to be alive, so let's do our best to go out of our way and try to thrive. All right, let's do this. So, Warren Buffett once said, one of the most, Berkshire Hathaway, he just retired, very successful man, investments, stocks, real estate. He's the investor guy, he's the businessman that most people respect. So he said that buying a distressed home to rent out was one of the best investments out there. But does this still hold up in 2025? Now, a lot of things have changed since Mr. Buffett's era, but one thing is for sure, family, that an asset is an asset, whether it appreciates or depreciates. According to the article that I read the other day, investing in real estate market is just as popular as ever. According to the Realtor.com investors report from June 2025, it found that 13% of homes purchased in 2024 were purchased by an investor, with an investor purchases picking up from about 608,000 in 2023 to 610,000 in 2024. So it has risen in regards to the amount of investors purchasing investment properties to rent out. Because remember that not everyone is meant to become a business owner, but everyone is meant to become some sort of investor, no matter if it's in stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, and of course, real estate. In 2012, Warren Buffett, arguably the most recognizable investor of all time, suggested that investing in distressed homes could be one of the most attractive opportunities available. But given the volatility of the market, do experts still agree with his assessment today? My mindset is, as long as one is cash flowing to the point where it's meeting their bottom line, and heck, stay out of the gives an opportunity for people to stay on the grind, then yes. But if one as an investor is constantly losing money and the appreciation of the property isn't going up, then maybe, hence the word maybe, time for you to sell the property. But this is a very subjective subject matter, and the choice is ultimately up to the investor or investors to make the best choice based off their situation. The article also stated that Mr. Buffett was quick to suggest that purchase real estate instead of stocks, given that at the time home prices had bottomed out after 2008 crash. Heck, I bought my first home in 2010. And I bought it way under market value because it was the Great Recession, and people were abandoning properties at that time. And there were a lot of homes for decent price for sale. If I had the mindset of an investor, I always say this, if I had the mindset of a real estate investor back then, but I was much younger, than I have the credit nor the capital, but I would have tried. I would have at least try to do some house hacking. So to be able to have at least 3 other assets in order to possibly, once the value goes up, sell and then go to a more cheaper market in order for me to buy more investment properties. But that's just me, I'm not giving out advice. But like I said, heck, if most regular everyday working people would bought a few rental properties, just like I was talking about, and numerous amounts of stocks from 2008 to 2015, there would be much more well-to-do people in our society in 2025 right now. Now, let's get into the housing market of 2025. With the mortgage interest rate still riding high and inventory still hard to come by, many Americans have settled into the idea that owning a home they will basically need to sit this one out and put it on the back burner. So instead, they're choosing to rent one. There's a bigger supply of renters today compared to home buyers like you had during the pandemic. You had way more people trying to buy a house during the pandemic, and that's why hence the prices went up, because the demand went up. All right, and of course the housing market could not, as far as the amount of houses, could not keep up with the pace of buyers. Anyways, so Realtor.com senior economist Jake Krimmel recently analyzed data from the latest American Community Survey between 2018 and 2023 and found that the rise in suburban rentals could be seen in metros that saw a boom in new construction, such as Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Denver, Colorado, as well as cities with low construction rates. Among them were Boston, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C. The suburbs boomed. Basically, when you say Washington, D.C., you're talking about Maryland, Virginia, and D.C., known as the DMV area, where I am from and where I reside, unfortunately. Anyways, the suburbs boomed during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Krimmel explains. People want more space, and the large generation of millennials are beginning to settle down and start families. My generation, I'm a millennial. In those suburban areas with good schools, proximity to jobs, and outdoor amenities. The demand for rental homes has exploded since the price of home ownership is out of reach. Before I go further, I was talking to a gentleman who I work with, and he was going to move his family to St. Louis because he's originally from the Midwest in Illinois. Cost of living would have went down, but the main reason why, when him and his wife went out to St. Louis to check it out, the main reason why he didn't do it is for one reason. He said the school system sucked, and they felt like that their quality of life was going to go down, so that's why they stayed in Northern Virginia, known as the DMV area. So, with that being said, the majority of American metro suburbs are now overpriced and definitely overcrowded. And with that, so many Americans barely getting by with the lack of jobs, which equals to a lack of being able to afford a home to purchase. If it's advantageous for those who can afford it to purchase a rental property, then go for it. But if it's not, stay on the sidelines and see what happens with the next generation of home buying. All right, so it should be interesting, and we'll go from there. Don't forget Patterson Properties, the wholesale real estate in the DMV area, Reading, Pennsylvania area, metro area, Philadelphia, Lancaster, all the good stuff, Harrisburg. Check us out. Go from there. Links in the description. If you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual, retirement account investor, check out Webull / Crypto.com, Coinbase. All those platforms you'll be able to make some money moves. And hopefully you don't live broke like a fool. If you want to contribute to the channel, please just do the great three things like share and subscribe. Or if you want to contribute from a monetary standpoint, don't forget to hit up the Cash App. Don't forget to hit up Venmo, PayPal. All the links are in the description. We'll be able to go from there. So on that note, remember, you can't get fired if you own the company. It's 2025 going into 2026. Time if you don't own something, do the great three things like share and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves. Great liberal like fools. It's in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life.